Hi, you're with India Post Live, India's first online streaming conversation portal. Of course, this is The Conversation, and I'm Ishan. And today we're talking about a gap that exists in the political system. That gap is being exploited by a whole lot of new political entrants, and one of them is GAP itself. Yes, the Garib Aadmi Party. What is that party all about? Well, let's have a look.
हम लोग अन्ना जी के आंदोलन के टाइम से ही इस संगठन से जुड़े हुए थे और उसके बाद जब अन्ना जी ने देश की मतलब अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को ये सौंप दिया कि आप जनता के बीच में उतरिए, एक पॉलिटिकल पार्टी बना के, और हमारे जो भी इन्होंने लोकपाल बिल या फलाने बिल या जनता की जो भी मांग थी, जो भी भ्रष्टाचार था, करप्शन था, इसको आप दूर करिए। तो हम लोग अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के साथ लग गए, हम और हमारे संयोजक श्री श्याम भारती जी। और उसके बाद लगभग 1 साल हम लोगों ने बड़ा सघन कार्य करा, तन मन और धन से। हमारे जो पार्टी ऑफ चीफ हैं श्री श्याम भारती, इन्होंने तन मन धन कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ी। हम लोग रात को सुबह 4 बजे उठते थे, रात को 11-11 बजे घरों में जाते थे। 1 साल बहुत काम किया। लेकिन दिल्ली विधानसभा के इलेक्शन से 10-15 दिन पहले ही हम लोगों को इनकी मंशा हम लोगों ने भांप ली कि क्या है, इनकी कथनी करनी में क्या फ़र्क हो गया। जैसे कि सबसे बड़ा उदाहरण मैं आपको ये देना चाहूँगा कि जैसे कि इन्होंने दिल्ली में या देश में ये संदेश भिजवाया था कि हम जो भी टिकट देंगे कैंडिडेट्स को, वो उस क्षेत्र के वॉलंटियर्स की राय से टिकट देंगे। इस टिकट के बंटवारे को लेकर ही विधानसभा इलेक्शन से 10 दिन पहले बहुत बड़ा एक कहना चाहिए मतभेद और एक आंदोलन छिड़ गया दिल्ली में कि इन्होंने मात्र कौशाम्बी में बंद एक कमरे में 7-8 लोगों की मीटिंग बैठाई। 2 घंटे बाद बाहर निकलते हैं, टिकट की जो है रूपरेखा तैयार हो जाती है और टिकट बांट दिए जाते हैं, जैसे कि प्लेटफॉर्म के स्टेशन के टिकट बंटते हैं। हम जिस शहर से बिलोंग करते हैं, मोहन गार्डन, उत्तम नगर, वहाँ से इन्होंने जिस शख्स को टिकट दिया, और वो शख्स ऑलरेडी मतलब कहना चाहिए लोकायुक्त केस के ऊपर 1-2 केस भी चल रहे थे। राशन माफिया के नाम से वो प्रसिद्ध था, मशहूर था। हमारे संयोजक कम से कम 400 आदमियों को लेकर गए कौशाम्बी में, उनसे विरोध किया गया। उनसे उत्तम नगर हमारे सागर रेस्टोरेंट है, वहाँ पर हमारे संयोजक ने धरना दिया कि नहीं जी, इसकी छवि ख़राब है, इसको टिकट ना दिया जाए। हमारी भी टिकट लेने की इच्छा नहीं थी, किसी अच्छे आदमी को टिकट दिया जाए, क्योंकि मैंने 1 साल भर हम लोगों ने काम किया है, तन मन धन से मेहनत करी है, सब कुछ किया है। तो केजरीवाल जी के ने जो जवाब दिया वो मतलब बड़ा अशोभनीय जवाब था उनका कि जैसे हमने कहा कि जी आपके इस कैंडिडेट की छवि ख़राब है, तो केजरीवाल साहब कहते हैं छवि तो मैं आपकी 2 मिनट में ख़राब कर दूँ। हमारे संगठन के जो भी हमसे लोग जुड़े थे, करीब 400-450 कार्यकर्ता हमसे जुड़े थे, उनकी सबकी सहमत से हम लोगों ने 25 दिसंबर को एक संगठन का गठन किया जिसका नाम रखा गरीब आदमी पार्टी। अब हम सोशल मीडिया, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया, फेसबुक, इंटरनेट, इसके माध्यम से देश और दुनिया में हमने अपने संदेश को पहुंचाया। हमारे पास देश और दुनिया से लोग जुड़ चुके हैं। कम से कम हमारे पास 37 राज्यों में हमारे कार्यालय खुल चुके हैं पूरे संपूर्ण भारत में। केजरीवाल ने जिस इमोशनल अत्याचार के जरिए इस देश में अपनी छवि बनाई कि गांधी जी के अंतिम व्यक्ति की बात करके, वो था गरीब आदमी। गांधी जी का अंतिम व्यक्ति गरीब आदमी, वो आज भी उसी स्टेज पे खड़ा है 65 सालों से, जैसा गांधी जी के टाइम पे था, वो आज भी वैसे ही खड़ा है। जितना भी देश का गरीब आदमी, हर इलेक्शन, हर नेता, हर पार्टी जीतती है, सिर्फ गरीबों की वोट से ही जीतती है, मिलता कुछ नहीं उसको। साल में 5 साल में एक बार वो नेता जाते हैं गरीबों की बस्ती में, उनको 100 का नोट दिखाते हैं, 1000 का नोट दिखाते हैं, 2 बोतल शराब की दिखाते हैं, मिनट से पहले वो एक वोट डाल देता है, 5 साल का उसको लाइसेंस मिल जाता है कि जाओ कमाओ खाओ जाके आप। लेकिन हम इस प्रथा को ख़त्म करना चाहते हैं। हमारे जितने भी कैंडिडेट चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं, कोई सेलिब्रिटी नहीं है, कोई प्रतिष्ठित व्यक्ति नहीं है, वो सिर्फ वही व्यक्ति हैं जिनके टच में, जो दिन भर अपनी कॉलोनियों में, अपने मोहल्लों में, अपने वार्डों में, अपने इलाकों में, अपने क्षेत्रों में घूमते हैं। एक आम आदमी है वो, इसको कहते हैं सच्चा आम आदमी। गैप का मतलब ये हुआ कि मतलब गैप 2 अर्थ निकलते हैं। गैप गरीब आदमी पार्टी, एक गैप हो गया फ़र्क कि गरीब और अमीर के बीच का फ़र्क। इसको जनता अपने वोटों से फिल करेगी इस गैप को, और हम अधिकार में आएंगे और जनता की उन सारी इच्छाओं को पूरा करेंगे जनता चाहती है, जो कि आज 65 सालों से जिससे जनता जो है अभाव में है जिसके।
Alright, so that was the Garib Aadmi Party, the poor man's party. What is that party all about? Abhishek Pathak, spokesperson of the GAP, joins us in our studio, and so is Asha Khosa. She's a senior journalist joining us in the studio. Abhishek, I'll start with you, but before I start with you, I just want to quickly remind our viewers, you too can join in this conversation. India Post Live, India's first online streaming conversation platform, is there for you. So just log on to indiapostlive.com and log in and post your comments. Also, you can hashtag India Post Live to your tweets to join join in the conversation. Abhishek, as far as the gap is concerned, many would say you're just disgruntled elements who could not get tickets, who could not get an opportunity with the Aam Aadmi Party. You were probably hangers-on in the Aam Aadmi Party, and therefore you had no option but to go out on your own. How would you counter that?
See, in the initial stage, when they started with the anti-corruption movement, okay, the first party that came forward was Aam Aadmi Party. So certainly they saw, a light of hope. So maybe some of the candidates, they started from there. But as the course went on and, the election frenzy happened and all, so there was some disagreement between them. Now, that is something inside a room which only they might know, and Aam Aadmi Party might know what happened and what brought that grievance that they dropped out of the party. But all I can say is that the issues and the problems of the common men were not addressed properly. That is the reason they came out and brought up a party of their own, to have a candidate of their own, so that all those issues could be addressed.
How big is your party? How many seats do you plan to fight? How many workers do you have? Do you have any stats on that?
Certainly. I mean, this time we are fielding about 15 candidates. Okay, 5 from Calcutta. Then there are 2 from Siwan. There are a few more from Bihar, and we are fielding some candidates. We have our Shyam Bharti, who is contesting from Banaras.
All right, from Banaras. Asha, what do you make of this new political movement, or is it even a movement? Is it just a splinter group that's unhappy, or could it actually damage the Aam Aadmi Party?
But I find this development is very interesting development. This is something at which we can laugh at, but at the same time, we got to take these things seriously. I think the party he represents, Abhishek here, GAP, it is part of that big Indian political kind of, what shall I say, theatre, in which there are different flavors. If somebody questions A, he should be ready to be questioned by B. So these are all contours of a big Indian democracy. I find it very interesting at a stage. Yes, it is very clear that this party comprises disgruntled elements of AAP. It was started by them. But the agenda is also very emotionally appealing to people. Their constituency is large, the Garib part people, all of us are, I guess, in that category, majority of the Indians. Poor people, Bhrashtachar is another slogan they are raising. So all this appeals to the masses. But do they have the infrastructure to play a serious player in the electoral politics? Only time will tell, I think. But overall, I find their emergence as a very strong counterpoint to what Arvind Kejriwal or others, they get drunk by this popularity they get suddenly. So it's a good antidote to them, to keep them under check. People like Arvind Kejriwal, if he thinks he is the end of everything, he is good, he is accepted by people. Now his own people are challenging him. So I find this as a beauty of Indian democracy, that no person, unless he is acceptable to a very large audience, that is voters, no person is an absolute thing in himself. Indian democracy is far bigger than individuals. That is the overall meaning I would like to draw from this development.
All right, Abhishek, as far as the agenda is concerned, perhaps it wasn't really clear, but you say you fight for the poor man, but the poor man would like some specifics at the end of the day, won't he?
See, you're right when you say specifics, but I would also like to add, when you say corruption, okay, so you might talk about corruption in a very established place like Delhi, where infrastructures are there, opportunities are there. You will not count people as poor over here. But when we talk about country of India as a whole, then we will talk about poverty. Where does that corruption emanate from? Where is it coming out of? So we are going 2 or 3 steps further than that and trying to dig deeper where that is coming from. And that concern is poverty, and we are trying to address that thing. So you might play at a surface about corruption, but some way you are diverting from there. But who is at the receiving end? It's the poor people who are receiving due to the corruption and all. They are not the privileged class. They are not a class who have access to resources. And
if I can interrupt you, Abhishek, I mean, all this is fine. What you are saying is very fine, that you are going to address the root cause of corruption, and you feel the plight of poor people is because the root causes of corruption have
Certainly.
not been addressed. Absolutely fine, perfect. You get full marks for that. But what we are trying to ask you is, I think Ishan is also doing that. What is the roadmap you have for that? Do you have any outline of the programs
You
you
mean
would
some
like
strategy?
to give to people? Yeah, what is your strategy? Everybody talks the same.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
you
it's
go
all
to-
for the Aam Aadmi,
yeah,
it's all for the Garib
poor
Aadmi,
people,
it's all
but
anti-corruption,
we have to
but
move beyond that.
specifics.
Sure. So in that regard, what I would like to say is that our main concern is to address the country beyond metropolitans. We are trying to address issues related to farmers, related to cottage industries, related to people who are deprived, who are compelled to come to metropolitans for opportunities and better options in life. Now, these people who are coming to these areas in metropolitans, now that is also creating a kind of stress and a kind of burgeoning crowd over here. So we want to make sure that there should be uniformity in terms of comfortability and infrastructure throughout the country, so that this migration doesn't happen. That is where Aam Aadmi, this Garib Aadmi Party, other than Aam Aadmi Party, is
No,
trying
but then
to.
specifics. So, do you propose agricultural reforms? Do you propose doles given out to people?
Not
How
just
do you
reforms.
incentivize staying in rural areas? What is the plan? See, that's the whole point with the
So-
Aam Aadmi Party over the Garib Aadmi
So we
Party.
are not
At the end
just
of the day, perhaps.
exactly. So we are not just trying to have a reform for that. We want to have an implementation on that, and for that we want representation so that we can bring about implementation of those reforms. It's not that reforms are not in place. There are policies and procedures, but they are not implemented in the right manner because they are not rightly represented for those people over there. So we want to represent them and bring them into implementation so that they are not compelled to come here.
So you're saying that as far as the policy and as far as the system goes, it's fine. It's the implementation that perhaps lacks.
I think we can make it better. Okay, we can sharp it even more so that it reaches the right place at the right time. Right now, it might be a little blunt. We can sharpen it more.
Or you can sharp, but then that's a line that's almost what Rahul Gandhi has been saying, isn't it? That the system is fine. Yes, we've made a couple of mistakes, and so I just want to understand the differentiator. If you're going to ask people for votes, then why should they vote for the Garib Aadmi Party? At the end of the day, India is poor. Everybody doesn't get delivery of essential services. But what makes you stand apart from the BJP, the Congress, the Aam Aadmi Party, and the likes?
See, the one thing that I would say is that we are a new party with a new ideology. No party has come up with a concern about poverty in this country. as
Indira
such.
hatao, Indira lao, Garibi hatao.
I mean, that was one of the slogans that they came up with. But have they really addressed that issue? Has that really happened? You go to Orissa, you go to the extreme interiors of the country. Do you see poverty alleviated from there? It's not the case. Policies, and you talk about Congress for that matter. I mean, they have brought reforms, but poverty is still there. I mean, it's still there. You got to work
Fair
on that.
enough. I think what he's trying to do is to their party is trying to focus on the unchanged plight of the poor people, poor delivery of the government schemes. That is a fair game, I think. But what we are trying to ask you is, essentially, when you go for the electoral politics, when you are there in the battlefield, in practical terms, you are going to eat away into the Kejriwal faction of the votes. So politically it plays out like that, that your presence in a particular constituency is aimed at harming Arvind Kejriwal. So that will make a lot of people happy who don't want
they might be
Kejriwal
saying
to
that
come.
many people might be questioning it. In fact, we have a Twitter comment that's come in from Snow Leopard. He's asking, is the birth of the Garib Aadmi Party through AAP a case of just sour grapes? At the end of the day, just because you couldn't get tickets, you just had to go out on your own.
I would not say sour grapes, I would say sour taste. Because the reason being, they went to that party with some expectation, and it turned sour. They wanted their issues to be listened to and to be addressed, which didn't happen, and it turned sour. So they are coming up with their own party, with their own candidates being fielded, so that they have a proper representation and that can be implemented in the right manner.
Alright, so the party is all about poor people then, I assume. I mean, in the sense, most of the people are not from a economically well-off background as most members of the party? Is that something that one can presume?
That shouldn't necessarily be. I mean, if I got to address an issue in a country, I may not be from that strata or that section of the society. I am touched by that and I want to work for that. For example, I mean, Nehru was not from a very poor class. He was the filthy rich in this country. But still he felt and he had that agony in his heart. So he worked for them and he became Nehru. Okay.
Right. Asha, as far as the allegations goes, a lot of allegations, you pointed this out that many would say that this party has been propped up to cut the Aam Aadmi Party vote. But can they really cut the Aam Aadmi Party vote in terms of popularity? You're a journalist, you've been traveling across the country. Is there that disgruntlement from the Aam Aadmi Party, which is there in some sections? Can the GAP capitalize upon that?
Well, actually, GAP has not fielded too many candidates. That's the fact of the matter. They've just fielded 15 candidates, and 5 of them, as Abhishek was saying, are from one city, one part of the country itself. That is Kolkata. And the 10 candidates spread across the country in different parts. Is it going to make a difference? May not be, really.
What about Banaras? What about Varanasi, where your party president is standing from against Arvind Kejriwal, against Narendra Modi? In fact, before we get to that, let me ask you one thing. Which is the bigger threat for this country, the Aam Aadmi Party or the old guard, the Congresses and the BJP?
See, I would not say a bigger threat. I would say threat in the making. Okay, because what the major parties have done, they have already caused that. So that is for us to bear. We are already bearing that. But what is in the making? We want to prevent that. People have great expectations from Aam Aadmi Party. The perception is different. We have a different picture about this party, that this party is going to bring about a revolution. And if that doesn't happen, somebody has got to put a check on them. That boss, you stood with this idea, you mooted this idea, and you haven't lived up to the expectations. That is exactly what we are trying to do at this point in time. We do not have many candidates across the country. We have very few candidates. But we are trying to make a presence felt so that they have what she said. She was right. She said that we have a second choice. And as a second choice, we are trying to put a check on them. So if they work due to our check, it's a win-win situation for the voters.
Asha, would you concur with that?
Well, that is again a disruptive politics at its best. If somebody is winning, so you spoil his party. So it is like that. But that happens in Indian politics so many times. Deliberately, people are put to checkmate others, and that's what. And he's very openly admitting it. I mean, they are not hiding anything about it.
Right.
But personally, I would like to know more about this AAP phenomenon. What have been your bad experiences with AAP, other than a few people who wanted tickets, they're not being given tickets? You are hinting at something that if this party comes, it's going to be bad for the country. Can you give us one instance where you felt no, if AP comes, it's going to be pretty bad for country?
The first thing that I want to add here is that they started off from Delhi. This was their birth ground.
Yeah.
They started off from here. They should have established themselves in the city first, tried to show some good work, and then they should have branched off to the other parts of the country. Now, this election came nearby, and it just happened at a time when they were struggling to establish themselves in Delhi. So they shouldn't have jumped into these elections at this point. Okay, so now what they are doing is they are bringing people in hordes without testing and trying them, and they are making a party which would be a bunch of people with different mindsets and different ideology altogether.
Right.
You might agree with Arvind Kejriwal to some extent, but what about the people who are coming from different fraternities? Okay, they might have different objectives in the party. So that is something very disturbing, and that is not a good trend to happen in this newborn party.
All right, a lot of people have been pouring in with their tweets and comments to ask you questions, Abhishek. In fact, I'd just like to remind all of viewers that hashtag India Post Live to your tweets about if you want to join in this conversation. Also, India's first online news conversation portal, indiapostlive.com, is available for you to go and comment on our wall. You can, in fact, even post a video comment. Or if you want to join in the conversation, well, you're most welcome. Join in via Skype. Now, Abhishek, one of the comments that has come in is coming from at Manav C. Sharma, and she's asking, why are they not as amplified as the Aam Aadmi Party? Garib Aadmi Party for a moment was misconstrued as a spoof. And how do you counter that? How has the outreach programs been till now? How has the public been receiving you, so to say?
See, I would first like to add, whenever you start something, they first laugh, then they accept, and then they embrace it. So it's good that they laughed first. So we have won the first part. The second would be acceptance. So I would say that as a party, it's a very new party. We are at a nascent stage. We mooted this idea just back in December, and on 18th of January we got registered. So it's a very new party. I mean, by the number of candidates you can make out, we are so new. So we'll make our presence in course of time. Okay, we'll branch off and we will kind of, you know, what she means to say over there. We'll do
All
that.
right. So you will be taken more seriously. Asha, you wanted to come in?
Yeah, I was just curious to know what is your relationship with Mr. Anna Hazare? Is he patronizing you? Is he approving what you're doing? Or is he more inclined towards Arvind Kejriwal? There has always been confusion about Mr. Anna Hazare's stand vis-a-vis the parties his movement has given rise to.
See, Anna Hazare is his kind of a father of reforms in this country, I would say. Anything reformative that is happening over here has been related or has been coming from him in some way or the other. So he's like a father to whom children would come and say that, you know what,
All right. So myriad responses coming
right,
in. Yeah.
I would like to address this. The common feature that you see among all these comments is that garibi nahi hatai ja sakti. So it's kind of mindset. I would first like to say how we are poor as a country. We have been under foreign rule for the last almost 1,000 years. Okay, we have been under some sort of supervision. So that has made us poor over the period of time. Okay, I remember a comment that I heard about Lord Macaulay, and he had said in the British Parliament that I traveled the length and breadth of this country, and I couldn't come across a single person who was landless or was poor. And it's very difficult to find a man who's dishonest in that country. So if you really want to control that, you got to hit the education system of that country, which lies in its values. So it's something out of the mind for them to think that poverty cannot be alleviated. The same goes for corruption also. We took it as a part and parcel of the system that we got to live with it. But poverty can be alleviated, and we were non-poor country some days back, and we can bring it back. It's just that we need to create it here first, and then only we can bring it outside. So if we dream it today, maybe it will take a few generations from today. We can start a fight, a very well calibrated fight today. Not like Aam Aadmi Party hiring people in hordes and going on into the electoral foray. We'll go slow with it, but we'll take on this fight in a very gradual and in a very steady way.
All right, I want to come back to the fight for Banaras. Do you think he could damage, the president could damage the prospects of Arvind Kejriwal?
Well, right now, picture on Kashi is not very clear because Congress has not really fielded a big stalwart. I mean, it's still hazy, but overall, I think it's a triangular contest. And if a fourth person goes into that, their president who is there, and if he's a local, honestly, I don't know.
Is he a local from there?
Is he a local?
No, he's not.
Okay, then, well, we don't know about him, frankly. We don't know much about Mr. Shyam
Shyam
you said?
Right.
Shyam
Shyam
Bharti.
Bharti.
We don't know much about him. We don't know how much support he enjoys there and how much support he is able to garner for himself. But if he's a serious player and he plays his cards well, definitely he is going to eat into somebody's votes. And there are three principal contenders, and this person comes in, he will eat into somebody's vote. If the margin of victory is very small, then these kind of players, who are there just to spoil others' party, they sometimes play a very significant role in spoiling somebody's party. Whether this person has the potential to do that, one has to see, because honestly, he is not a person whom we already know about, whose capability we are not clear about it so far.
So most importantly, we are not trying to put a dent into the votes of vote bank over there. The first thing we are trying to do is to make our presence felt.
Okay.
The first thing that needs to go reach out to the people is that there is a party for the poor, which is called Garib Aadmi Party. That first step has to be done first. Then our manifestos.
Are you going on road shows? Are you doing anything? I mean, how is the campaign?
So very soon we are going to Banaras. That would be our major campaign, and the whole team would be taking it up there.
All right.
I met some of your colleagues. Most of you are on, or you have all gadgets, your smartphones. But why you're not on, social media? Your presence is not felt anywhere. With
The reason being, it has happened in a very short span of time.
All right.
And we want to do things in a more organized way rather than in a haphazardous way. So we'll go slow, as I said.
All right. Going slow perhaps is the best way forward, because ultimately intentions always then, the best intentions always there, but the road to hell is also lined with the best intentions.
Exactly.
So we wish you all the best for the future for the political party. We of course want the poor people to get their rights, and we wish you all the best for this upcoming election in Banaras and in Kolkata and all the 15 seats that
Thanks
you
a
contest.
lot.
Thanks very much, Abhishek, for coming in, and thanks very much, Asha Khosa, for joining us on this conversation. You too can, of course, join in the conversation. IndiaPostLive.com is India's first news conversation portal, and you can come in and post your comments over there on that website. What do you think about the Garib Admi Party? Can they really make a difference to the poor of India? Also hashtag India Post Live to your tweets about the same, and the conversation of course continues right over here. Thanks so much for joining in.